educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew.
Now, if you've never heard about Madonna, she's a pop star, aging pop star, who more so throughout the years capitalized on her sexuality more so than any talent she ever claimed to have. While she's busy promoting her new tour, the Celebration Tour, promoting 40 years of work, a charitable organization known as the Ethiopian World Federation has asked the government of Malawi to investigate her orphanage on suspicion of human trafficking, sexual exploitation, fraud, and exposing the children under the organization's care to inappropriate sexual propaganda. Now, Madonna, who was born in 1958 and has refused to age gracefully, began making headlines in the 2000s for adopting approximately 4 children from Malawi, despite not meeting the requirements of adoption, such as living in Malawi for at least 18 continuous months. At the time, the singer was accused of leveraging her fame and wealth to bully Malawian officials and demand VIP treatment. In 2006, she founded Raising Malawi, which according to its website supports orphans and vulnerable children with critical resources including education, medical care, food and shelter, and psychological support. Now, the EWF, which was formed in 1937 to assist Ethiopians who settled abroad, has expressed concern to the Malawian president and have asked the president to restrict Madonna's and her associates' accessibility to Africa and to African children as a precautionary measure until a thorough investigation is done into child trafficking, sex exploitation, sexual slavery, adoption reversal, threat of coercion, fraud, deception, and abuse of power or vulnerability are investigated in full. You might be thinking the EWF is just, making a fuss over nothing, but you have to consider the laws of these nations when you go to adopt children, and you have to respect those laws. And if you can't respect those laws, then you don't respect those people. If you don't respect the people, why are you there adopting children from among these people? If you don't even respect their culture, you don't respect their laws, you don't respect their views, why are you there? To further illustrate her disrespect for the laws and the culture of these people, the EWA cited the Penal Code 137A that speaks on sexual activity that is permissible in their society, and cited the pop star's 1992 coffee table book called Sex, which features adult content including softcore porn and simulations of sexual acts, including things that I don't even want to pronounce. According to the organization, it contained vulgar sex acts with same sex, which should have been disclosed during the adoption case in 2006. Madonna signed a contract that forbade the book from including images of child porn, bestiality, or religious imagery. Now, you would think somebody would have sense enough not to even have anything that even makes you think it could lead to child porn. This is where Madonna gets real shady. Shortly after signing the agreement, Madonna founded a company called Maverick, which was a partnership between her and Time Warner, where she held the total artistic control over any work released by Maverick, which is the book's publisher. The agreement she signed with Time Warner with the sexually explicit content in the book Sex was now null and void. So that's how she got around the contract. As a result, EWF alleges that the psychology behind her ability to release child pornography, religious imagery, bestiality, and vulgar pornography has prompted her to open an orphanage in Malawi named Raising Malawi in 2006 to host social experiments on vulnerable African children in Malawi. Also, we should note that Madonna is closely tied with disgraced designer Balenciaga, whose recent bondage teddy bear shoot revealed a pattern of sexualizing and exploiting children. Birds of a feather, they do tend to flock together. Others have pointed out her inappropriate ties to her own adopted son, David. Madonna is being accused of using David for sexual exploitation and social experiments today. Pictures are awash of social media of David wearing female clothes, makeup, and wearing earrings, while the two hold hands like lovers, as described by some people. I can't help but notice the clear difference between her adopted son and her biological son with Guy Ritchie. I mean, see for yourself. And don't forget, Madonna's son wanted to live with his father after the divorce, not Madonna. This is not the first time Madonna's actions have been questioned. I mean, the eye of the child director Maxwell Materi also said, we are really putting our children in big danger when we're facilitating trafficking of children through encouraging more adoption. To be honest, I mean, there have always been questions about how she gained access to these kids. I mean, even the families have accused Madonna lying on the fathers of these children. In one case, she said that parent was absent. He was not. In another case, the grandmother and the family were promised that she would raise the little girl till she was school age and then return her home and make sure that she visits the family in Malawi every 2 years. And she did not keep her word. In fact, the grandmother was on her deathbed wanting to speak to her granddaughter, and Madonna basically refused. Meanwhile, Madonna takes vacations in Malawi. She just doesn't take these kids to see their families. I'm telling you, this is some real shady stuff. And I think that the well is going to get deeper the more they dig into Madonna, her little charitable or quote unquote charitable organization, and other organizations that she's tied to. Because you have to look at them too. Because child trafficking, human trafficking works in a network. It's not in a vacuum. It's a network system. So once you start digging into her organization, you're going to have to dig into those as well. And I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to become bad. Very, very bad. And while we're looking at that witch, we need to look at Charlize Theron, that South African heifer. I'm trying to figure out how you adopt 2 little babies for a boy, and all of a sudden they're girls. I'm trying to figure out how that happens through magic. What in the world are you doing? If we send them off one way and they come back something else, then we need to start asking questions. I don't think your home is safe. That's what I think. I don't think you have a safe environment. And then Charlize Theron actually raising her children, black children, around a dude who has used the N-word. Really, Wench? Oh yeah, Sean Penn used the N-word before. Don't you find it very interesting that Sean Penn was married to Madonna and he was a long-time boyfriend of Charlize Theron? But I'm very glad that they are looking into Madonna's organization and everything tied to it and everyone tied to those organizations. And the next stop needs to be Charlize Theron's house. And we need to do a deep dive into what's going on into that cesspool that she calls a home. You know, we need to really check out what's happening, guys, and keep our children safe. So drop the comments below and make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Sitting on the toilet. 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 Now flush.